Hey there, warriors. Happy Thursday. Today is May 28th, 2020. Let's go over two things before we jump into today's presentation. So first of all, happy birthday to Kaylani, Camila, and Jonathan. Have a great day, you guys. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you are safe, and I hope to see you soon. Quote of the day is from Thomas Edison, who said, "There is no substitute for hard work," which means you have to work hard. There's no substitute for that. Hard work is very valuable and it is very rewarding. Okay, so let's see here. Today, is our presentation about job talk. So this aligns with our college and career readiness lessons for this week. So we're going to discuss the different types of jobs, hours, salaries, and then at the end there's a worksheet that I will review that you can work on to answer questions about what this presentation covered. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is our agenda. So what we're going to be discussing is types of paid jobs. So salary, hourly, commission-based, part-time and full-time, internships, the purpose and pros and cons of internships, overtime. What is overtime and general overtime pay guidelines? So I'm pretty sure you all have heard these terms before, but you might not really know what they actually mean. So we're trying to break this down into something very simple for you so that way you can be more aware about what all these different terms mean. And so you can start learning more about how your job or the options that you have in the future when it comes to your salaries, when you're faced with an internship, or if you really want to go for that overtime or not. Okay, so we have the types of work schedule. So we have part-time. So people that work part-time work less than 40 hours a week. And so, for example, when I was going to college, I worked at Lowe's, and I remember that I would work 3 days a week, 5 hours each day. So that would give me a total of 15 hours a week. So definitely I was part-time. Um, Moving on, we have full-time. So, full-time jobs require that employees work 40 hours or more a week. For example, all of your teachers are full-time employees, as well as counselors and principals. We're all full-time employees. Seasonal. So jobs that are designated for a short period of time, so they're only temporary. So for example, retail or UPS employees during the end of the year holiday season. Another one that I can think of that some of my family members work in is, for example, when it's grape season and they pick grapes or they pick strawberries or they pick corn. So it's just seasonal. It's not year round. It's only when those certain fruits and vegetables are in season is when they have a job. Okay, so different types of wages. So starting off with salary. So salary are jobs that are paid by the year, not by the hour. So for example, a teacher may get paid $50,000 a year. We can use simple math to figure out how much this teacher would get paid. Monthly, weekly, or daily. So for example, I'm a counselor, so I get paid salary, so which means that my check is the same every single month, regardless of the hours that I work. So if I work overtime, that's not reflected on my check because my check is always going to be the same, regardless if I work 40 or more hours a week, because I am on a salary schedule. And one thing that I do want you to learn is that, for example, in jobs in school districts, you can always go to the district website and look up salary schedules, and you can see the salary, the money that teachers, custodians, principals are making. And the list goes on and on with all the jobs at a school site. But that's really cool because you can start comparing and seeing, oh, I want to work for this district, or I don't want to, or maybe I need more units to get more money at this district. So it's really awesome that salaries are placed out there to help you make a decision in terms of where you want to work. And this is for school districts specifically. Okay, and then we have hourly. So jobs that are paid by the hour. For example, Jack works for the city as a Parks and Rec coordinator and may get paid $12 an hour. If he works part-time with $20 a week, with 20 hours a week, he will receive $240 a week. Okay. Number 3, commission. So commission is a sum of money that is paid to an employee upon completion of a task, usually the task of selling a certain amount of goods or services. It can be paid as a percentage of the sale or as a flat dollar amount based on the sales volume. For instance, car salesmen may receive 25% of the purchase price for each car he sells. And lastly, we have freelance or business owner. And that basically when you're a business owner, you're paying yourself. So if your business is very successful, then obviously you're going to be making more money. It might take time to make money if you're just starting up a business, but that's also another type of wage. But basically, you're paying yourself because you are the business owner. Okay, internships. So internships are very, very important. Um, in my case, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing of my examples, but when I was going to grad school, I was required to intern at various school sites to really understand the role of a counselor. So I didn't get paid. I believe I completed about 700 hours of internship time for free. Um, but this exposed me to what a counseling job really entailed. So I learned a lot. And yes, I did sacrifice a lot of my time. I did sacrifice the fact that I had to cut back hours at my regular job because I had to do my internship for free again. But I did learn so much and I'm very, very grateful for it. So the purpose of an internship is when someone works without being paid to gain work experience in a specific area. The pros are you gain valuable skills and experience in your career field because there's nothing like being in the field and doing the work. You're really exposed to everything. And also another pro is opportunity to get hired full time depending on the intern performance. So actually I remember I was at one internship site. I was interning at a site and I was there for about 2 months and one of the principals really liked me there. She really appreciated the work that I did. She liked how I got along with the students. And so she ended up offering me a job, a part-time job. And so that was really exciting for me because I was able to add that to my resume. And it really helped me when I applied to this school district because I already had experience, paid experience at a school being an assistant counselor. So that was really awesome. So some cons is there little to no pay, and most of the time, sorry to burst your bubble, there's no pay. And depending on the career field, it can be competitive to get an internship. That can happen for sure. Okay, overtime. So hourly employees that work over 40 hours a week will receive overtime pay. So in general, California overtime laws require that all non-exempt employees, including domestic workers, receive overtime pay at a rate of 1.5 times a regular rate, which is referred to as time and a half. For all hours worked in the excess of 8 hours per day and 40 hours per week. Overtime pay is calculated hourly rate times 1.5, which is again time and a half, times overtime hours worked. Here's an example of total pay for an employee who works 42 hours in a work week. So regular rate pay times the 40 hours equals regular pay plus regular pay rate times time and a half times 2 hours equals overtime pay. So an example here, Sarah works as a receptionist for a medical office and makes $10 an hour. Last week she worked 52 hours. How much was her paycheck? So again, full time is 40 hours. Now Sarah worked 52. So what's the difference of hours that she worked? So she worked 12 hours of overtime. Okay. So we have 10 times 40, which is her regular pay times the number of hours she worked. And so again, we decided that we came to the conclusion that she worked 12 hours overtime. So it's her rate, which is $10 times time and a half times 12, which is 180. So we add 400 plus 180, and so her pay is $580. Okay, here we go. Another example. Joe works 32 hours a week. He makes $10 an hour. How much is his paycheck for the week? So there's no overtime here. Okay, it's just regular pay. So how do we calculate it? 10 times 32. So $10 times 32 hours is $320. Kathleen is a designer for Nike. She works 46 hours a week. Does she have a part-time job, a full-time job, or an internship? What do you think? So for this one, she has a full-time job. Why? Because she works 46 hours a week. Leah earns $3,448 a month. These are her monthly bills. Rent, which is $1,382, water, $10 a month, and cell phone, $60 a month. How much is left over once her bills are paid? So I know you guys are all geniuses. This is second grade math, right? How much does she have left over? So how can you find that? So obviously you subtract, right? So she has $1,996 left over. Okay, so closing thoughts. Happiness is when your passion and career collide and you can look forward to Mondays. Yes, so you really have to think about what you want to do in the future. I know that the big motivator for a lot of people is money. Yes, money is great. Money is awesome. You can get a lot of things. You can get what you want with money. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that you're going to be spending hours and hours and hours of your life doing something. Do you want to be doing something that you like? Or do you want to be doing something that you don't like, but it gives you a lot of money? Do you want satisfaction? Do you want money? Do you want to be happy? Or do you just want to focus on the money? So please take all of that in mind because we want you to be happy with whatever career, whatever job you choose. So that way you won't have to feel like you're working. You can feel like you're making a difference, that you have a purpose. Okay, and so one last thing. Let's see. Let's go through this worksheet. I can leave this below the video. So there's just some questions here that you can answer. Let's see. Let's go to the last page. Oh, okay. We kind of have similar questions to what we had examples. I'm sorry, what we had on the presentation. But let's see this one. Joe works 32 hours a week. He makes $10 an hour. How much is his biweekly paycheck? So actually, this is something really good. This is something I want to point out. So depending on what job you have or what career you choose, you may get paid weekly, once a week, bi-weekly, which is once every 2 weeks, or it can also be monthly, which is the way I get paid. So one check every month. So that also depends on your company or who you're working for. So look through these, try your best to answer them and refer to the presentation for the answers. And so really again, just think about all the factors that go into play when deciding a job or a career, and make sure that you're always working hard to fulfill your goals. And with that, I hope you all have an amazing day. Take care. See you soon. Bye.